How is it going? Hope everyone is doing well whenever you tune in and see this. So this is going to be a general reading for both Capricorn and Aquarius for July 2023. They are both timeless readings, meaning they can resonate for the month of July 2023, or they can resonate a couple of months in the past or even a couple months in the future. Only take what resonates with you, and if it doesn't resonate, never force the reading. Always check out your other placements, your sun, moon, and rising signs as an example to get a full picture of what's going on for you. So if you don't know your other placements, you can always get a free birth chart online, even if you don't have your exact birth time. Cafe Astrology is a really good one that I like to use. All right. But yes, Capricorn, let's get into your readings here. I just pulled all of your cards here real quickly. And we're going to get into it after we do this sound bell to basically for us, spirits and me, and also for you guys, to ground yourself, to get back into your physical body, take a couple of deep breaths. And it's also good for me and for the spirits to make sure that I'm communicating the messages as clearly as possible for you guys. All right. So here we go for Capricorn. And if you're sensitive to sound, it will be loud for a few moments. All right. So here we go for Capricorn. All right. Capricorn. Let's see what we have coming up for you for July. All right, these are general readings, so they can cover anything like love, work, friends, family, health, money, etc. And this reading may be about you, Capricorn, or someone you're dealing with, multiple people you're dealing with in your own environment situation. All right, and everyone is welcome. All are appreciated in your energy, whether you're returning or new. Okay. And also, wherever you have Capricorn or Aquarius in your chart, everybody is welcome. All right, so let's see here, Capricorn. All right. Let's talk about the key dates real quickly and then go ahead and call out your cards, the first four on the top here. So we said the first card can be from around July 1st through the 8th, and I'll say these dates again, they're not set in stone, right? They're just a guideline. Okay, second card can be from around July 9th through the 16th. Third card can be from around July 17th through the 23rd, and fourth card can be from around July 24th through the 31st, or maybe even into the first week or two of August. It just depends, since it is a general reading meant for multiple people. All right, but let's see what we have here for you, Capricorn. We've got the Ace of Spades in the reverse position, the King of Spades in the right side up position, the 10 of Sacred Circles in the right side up position, and the 8 of Sacred Circles, also known as 8 of Pentacles, in the right side up position. All right, and then we'll talk about these other cards where Spirit wants me to talk to you about them. I just wanted to call out the first main four. And let's see what we have here for you as far as your major arcana. You really actually don't have any major arcana here, Capricorn. It's not necessarily a good or bad thing. Usually the more major arcana that you have can talk about a more significant amount of change, but it just depends, okay? So as far as maybe an underlying theme to your reading, this definitely makes sense for you, or depending on, again, where you have Capricorn in your chart. But you have 4 Pentacles cards, also known as Sacred Circles, in one of these decks. So that's a lot of earth energy, just like you, Capricorn, right? But the Pentacles can represent money, wealth, finances, and or it can also represent our values. So couple sample questions can be, am I valued enough? Is the other person, is the environment, vice versa, etc. Okay. But yeah, that's kind of what we have as a little breakdown here. Now, also before we get to in depth into your reading, if there was something that you wanted to accomplish, Capricorn, within your control as far as traveling and manifestations, intentions, spell work, etc., right? It looks like the second and the third week here for you, Capricorn, would be the best time to do that. So potentially between July 17th and the oh wait, I'm sorry, you said the second and the third. So just kidding. That would be July 9th through July 23rd or so. Okay, so that middle part of the month here of July. All right, but now let's, Capricorn, go ahead and go in order and start with your first card. Now this is a little bit of an energetic slow down, gentle reminder, a challenge in that first week. It's not necessarily end of the world or something bad, right? So we do have the Ace of Spades in that reverse position here for you. When we said it could be from around July 1st through 8th, but it's not set in stone as far as the time goes. Okay, but it could be that some type of ending, new beginning is put on hold here, Capricorn, or doesn't come through yet because it's just not the right time. It could also be for some of you guys, there's something going on with health, or there's some type of creative block. So when we start off with the Ace of Spades in reverse position, that is fire sign energy. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay. Now it could also be with that energetic block of some type of ending, new beginning put on hold, or some small health issue, or maybe even creative block. It's just like harder to plant the seeds during this time. But again, we're only really talking about a week's time frame or so, right? And what is time? It's relative and fluid, and it changes depending on the person, okay? But right after that, though, things pick up, okay? Your second, third, and fourth week, things are moving really fast, okay? And more in a movement, positive alignment, if you want to say, right? And nothing is ever completely positive or negative, right? But let's kind of break down, though, why this first week is that Ace of Spades in the reverse position showed up here. So all four of these cards underneath it are past energy that kind of made it possible for this Ace of Spades to show up in that reverse position, Capricorn. So we'll start with the first two, the smaller ones. All right, so you have the Queen of Cups in the reverse position and the Queen of Pentacles in the right side up position in this kind of past energy here, okay? And so you got two queens, right? So we're talking about royalty energy, a certain level of confidence, right? Being in a position of authority, perhaps for some. But with the first one, the one that was on the top of your deck, that Queen of Cups in the reverse position, it could be that in the past, in some way here, Capricorn, there was some type of emotional letdown or emotional dissatisfaction, or someone's having a hard time with their emotions with the Queen of Cups in the reverse position. It could also be, again, if we're talking about leveling up or having some type of ending, new beginning in our life, in some area of our life that in the past it wasn't necessarily the right time for that, or if it was, the emotions were still trying to play catch up in some way with that Queen of Cups in the reverse position. Now on the other side, though, we had that Queen of Pentacles in the right side up position, which was on the bottom of your deck, okay? And again, we have water energy with the cups, so Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and then on the other side with Queen of Pentacles, Earth energy, so Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, okay? So even though maybe someone was not emotionally ready for this ending, new beginning, or leveling up, or to get their, creativity back in order, or to plant some seeds in some way. In the past, though, maybe there was more financial backing with that Queen of Pentacles in the right side of position. Or if it wasn't financial backing, it could have been that there was more value placed on this ending, new beginning, planting seeds for the future. Perhaps it was not, I mean, it still means a lot, right? But it perhaps in the past more emphasis was put on it. So in a weird way, it maybe perhaps made you or someone else around you, Capricorn, or in your general environment situation, like a little bit nervous or yeah, I don't know. I don't know if nervous is necessarily the right word, but it's just the first one that came to me. Okay. Or apprehensive, or just like I'm not quite ready, something like that. Okay. But let's see what else. Sorry, my nose is super itchy from the smoke and everything, allergies. Let's see what's underneath that to get even more information and insight. Okay. So now we have the Prince of Swords in the reverse position and the Two of Spades or Two of Wands in that reverse position. Again, past energy to why this card showed up as the first card here, Capricorn. So it could be in the past, there was not enough mental clarity around something. And perhaps this, it could be mental clarity, but it also could be that there was some type of communication that wanted to come in, or opportunity, medium-sized communication or opportunity that wanted to come in but didn't for some reason. And that could be why also the Two of Spades is in the reverse position. So if we don't have mental clarity, or if we don't get this communication to someone or someone to us, medium-sized in the past, this could lead to this feeling of not wanting to be organized or taking advice from others or getting our emotions in control in some way in the past here, okay? So when we talk about our emotions in tarot, we talk about the water. So this Two of Spades, just to show you right side up, we see the now order, right? But it's in that reverse position. So the emotions in the past were maybe not given as much importance, or they were too confusing to someone, and they thought maybe that if they got into the emotions in some way, that it would take even more mental clarity away from them or you, or they felt like if they put the emotions there in the past, too much importance would be on that and not enough in the 3D physical world, logical mind kind of energy. It will differ for everybody, the exact details, since it is a general reading. But whatever this is, right, Capricorn, it really only lasts a short amount of time, okay? And then things really, again, start to pick up and move forward. So you go from the Ace of Spades in your first week to the reverse position to now the King of Spades in the right side up position in your second week, okay? So really nice transformation here. We said this could be from around July 9th through the 16th or so. But now we have some type of leveling up perhaps, okay, because it is King energy. Or now we have more confidence, or we have authority and or authority over others, delegating tasks to others. So this King, again, fire sign energy, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, is very confident, right? He's got the two lions next to him. He looks very calm. One lion looks like he's asleep, and the other lion looks like he's awake, right? So kind of always taking the rest that we need, but also being ready for battle, so to speak. Okay, so now the creativity comes back in, or now the health is better here at Capricorn. But in general, now the energy starts moving forward towards whatever it is you want to manifest here. Okay, and then it just keeps getting better, Capricorn. Okay. You do have a little bit of some similarities with some of the stuff I talked about in the first week with why did I just have a brain fart? With maybe even Scorpio or Sagittarius reading, but not exactly. Because usually if we're, let's say as an example, if we're Sun sign Capricorn, whatever the sign is before and after us, we could have a lot of placements in there, okay? But, regardless of that, put that aside, right? We go from then the King of Spades in the right side up position to the 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Sacred Circles in that right side up position. And also, Capricorn, forgot to mention, in the first week, July 3rd, we have a full moon in Capricorn. So that's one of it, depending again where you have Capricorn in your chart, that's one of, they call it the annuals, right? So you usually have one new moon and one full moon in the year that's going to be in your sign. Okay, so again, that could be why you're processing some things during that first week. Okay, because usually our emotions are heightened during full moon, whether they're good or bad. And so then after that, though, then it's like, okay, letting go of anything, processing things in the past, and then let's move forward. And it keeps going, and you do, Capricorn, right? So in that third week with the 10 of sacred circles or 10 of pentacles, and we said this could be from around July 17th through the 23rd, it's like even more abundance, right? With money, finances, perhaps. Even more abundance with being valued by yourself, valuing yourself and or others, valuing you, okay? With that 10 of sacred circles in the right side position. So we see this Native American village, they're all together under the moonlight again. And that's kind of what reminded me, like, oh yeah, there's the full moon in Capricorn on July 3rd. Okay, yeah, let's talk about the full moon, right? So it's culmination energy, something coming to its highest point, or that influx of intense energy, right, that we talked about already with the full moon in Capricorn. So there could also be more of a supportive energy coming in that third week of July here, Capricorn. Again, around finances and or being valued. So that's really beautiful. So, if somebody, again, wanted to do something within their control, the second and the third week looks like the best, okay? Because by the time, Capricorn, we get to the fourth week, you're going to be really busy, okay? 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Sacred Circles in the right side up position. So this can be, about work or money or making money, but it doesn't have to be. Or it can be you're really being valued in some way, and so everybody kind of like wants your attention here, Capricorn, towards the end of July, beginning of August. And again, when we talk about the Sacred Circles, it is about money and grounded earth sign energy like you, Capricorn, so Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, but also in particular in this 8 of sacred circles, 8 of pentacles energy, this woman is learning how to make drums. And so she works somewhere, or she has to make more drums, and all the drum orders are coming in, and she's like, I gotta learn how to make these drums really fast because everybody wants the drums, right? So it could be about learning a new skill or craft. It doesn't have to be, or if it's something that you've already done for a long time, developing it even more or sharpening your craft or your skills here. But it is definitely a very busy energy, okay, whatever it may be for you here, Capricorn. Now let's see what we have as far as your tarot confirmation card. So this is going to come in and confirm all 4 cards at the top, all 4 weeks that we just talked about. And it's going to give us another way to look at it or more information. But I also wanted to say, Capricorn, like I usually do, but for some people who may be new, right, I've already taken your picture, your one photo of all these cards here, and I will be posting it after the live is done in case you want to look at them all together later at another point. So if that's something you're interested in, you can just click in the little description box below and follow the instructions to my Facebook page. But yeah, this, going back, Capricorn, to your confirmation card, is a combination of past and future energy. And it's coming in here more earth sign energy. You have the 3 of Pentacles now in the right side up position. And again, it's following the Ace of Sacred Circles or Ace of Pentacles, okay? So along with this busy time period towards the end of July, beginning first 2 weeks of August or so here, Capricorn, it could be also about teamwork, being open to working within your team or your support system too. Going back to the 3rd week, the 10 of sacred circles. So your friends, family, lover, mental health care worker, etc., pets, whatever your support system is. So relying on that, working with that can, of course, bring you more abundance, whatever it is that you want to manifest in your life, okay? And of course, being grounded and planting the seeds. Remember how I said the first week wasn't necessarily about planting the seeds for this ending, new beginning, or leveling up. But by the time you get to the end of July or beginning of August, now it's time to plant the seeds. So literally this card, I'll come a little bit closer so you can see. The Pentacles cards, it's all about the roots, right? Once it focuses there with the light. So getting grounded and really clear about what we want in our life or don't want, okay? And planting those little seeds. And so that's really nice. And that's another confirmation to Capricorn that if you're known as a very hardworking energy or sign in general, but if you continue to hone your craft and your skill and stay busy, it's like the universe or your spirit guides, guardian angels, whatever you want to call it, is coming in here and saying you will be rewarded for this hard work with material gain, Hermes. Sorry, don't you do it, Hermes. With either material gain and or being valued by others, okay? But that looks really nice here, Capricorn. And, depending on where you are in the world right now, right, it's like the second and the third week is like the time to maybe, or more the third week of July, take some type of little mini vacation, because then after that, things get really busy, okay? But yes, let's see what your little oracle card here says for you as well, Capricorn. So this is a little bit of Rumi or Rami's poetry. He was a 15th century Persian poet, and they put them together with this really beautiful imagery in the cards. Okay, so the one that you got for this time period beyond is the Angel Razabar, card number 27. And it looks like a woman here, this really pretty red dress, and it looks like she's kind of playing with some flowers, dropping seeds. Like, I don't know why I keep talking about seeds all the time, right? In your reading, and this kind of like orangey, green, bluish light behind her. Okay, so let's see here. It says the Angel Razabar. Tell me the truth, I asked, love. What are you? I am the everlasting life, love said. I am the reoccurring joy of living. The master speaks of a den of riches where many precious jewels can be found. In abundance they lie, patient and ready to be claimed. Go scoop them up, urges the master. The devoted ones look but cannot see. Where are these precious jewels, they cried, for we cannot find them anywhere. The master gazes lovingly at the devoted ones and responds kindly. In service, my beloveds, you shall find the jewels through service. For what is the soul but the finest and most precious of heavenly jewels? What is service but the scooping up of the soul, that it does not lie lost nor unclaimed, but instead honored for all its precious worth and beauty, tended to until it becomes vibrant as a flawless ruby, radiant with the joy of living. And that is very nice. I like that, Capricorn. Let's see what else it says here without reading everything. It says, scoop up the jewels through service and do not render yourself incapable through nightmares, false images or imagings, and smallness of mind. Yes, your heart is too big for your mind and it will break to open, but that is okay. Do you think you only serve love and are not also served by love? The helpers are always helped. This is love's way. Do you feel as though you are a foreigner in this land? Angel Razabel shall show you the way then, for she knows you from a long, long time ago, though you might have temporarily forgotten the acquaintance. She is the great hostess and guide in this terrain of divine love, and she reminds you who you are, and that you are great of heart and capable of contribution. you who are signing up for service in the great work of love. Okay, so it also says this oracle brings you the special messages of reassurance that you are making progress and are indeed on the right path. Although it may not unfold exactly as you anticipate, it will unfold indeed. It will indeed unfold. You are making a positive impact in the world more than you can consciously realize, and you are asked, therefore, to continue. Do not give up, do not turn back, so just continue. Take your steps, your journey, and know that the great master is aware of you and is sending you the holy ones, including that wise ancient mother, Angel Razabar, to bring you the blessings of true silence now. Make it clear and soothe your mind and heart and help you remember the peace that dwells within you. All is well. Very nice, Capricorn. And it also has a little meditation if you feel guided. It says, say the following aloud. I am blessed to serve the great, all-loving silence through the presence of divine joy, grace, and radiant compassion, through the master that loves me without condition, and the blessed assistance of Angel Razabar, who loves me unconditionally. I accept all help and I offer myself completely in service to life, to being, and to assist humanity in a practical way, according to the graces and talents I have been given. So be it. Yeah, so I like when it, this whole kind of poem and in the meditation and explanation talking about being of service of others and how, whatever you're good at, that is the way that you contribute to the world and can help others. So I really like that energy here for you, Capricorn, especially with that 8 of sacred circles, right? Honing a skill or craft or something that you're good at. So even though it may keep you busy or in high demand of others, if they're really valuing you and everyone wants to be around you, it's kind of reminding you, to be of service. Of course, don't run yourself down or anything like that. But yeah, I think that's beautiful. So that is your reading, dear Capricorn. It was pretty straightforward this time and hopefully made sense for you and you got something from it. So always feel free to let me know in the comments down below or interacting with the video in any way, giving me a thumbs up or even a thumbs down, right? Both kind of help to tell YouTube's algorithms to share it more with others, if that's something that you feel guided to do. So no pressure, okay? But yes, Capricorn, thank you so much and enjoy this time period. We are now going to kind of switch over to Aquarius, and we're at, what did I say, 28 minutes? 28 minutes or so. All right, so I will make a mental note later for the timestamps and all that for some people who may just want the Aquarius or just want the Capricorn reading. All right, so we're going to go ahead and clear the cards of the past energy, and we'll do some sound bell again and some crystal healing, of course, and all that good stuff. I don't think I'm going to do any smoke again right now, just to save my voice and all that as much as I can, but maybe a little bit later. Trying to get through some of these readings because I didn't get a chance to the last 2 days. All right. So let's just throw these randomly in there. That's not how we're going to shuffle, obviously. Let's just put them in there for now and kind of clear the energy. And then we'll do our sound bell. All right. Again, I hope everyone is doing okay whenever you see this message. All right. So yes, Aquarius. All right. So again, I feel like I'm sometimes repeat myself a lot, but it has to be done, right? But this is a great way for us to get back into our body, to reground, to take a couple deep breaths, whatever it is, or just to listen to. All right, so Let's go ahead and get into the energy of Aquarius. All right. All right. Aquarius. Let's see. We have here for you for July. Okay. Spirits, guidelines, messages for air sign Aquarius, the water bear for July. Aquarius. Spirits, guidelines, messages for air sign Aquarius, the water bear for their highest good and vibration for July. What do they need to see? What do they need to know? Spirits, guidelines, messages for Aquarius, the water bear, air sign Aquarius for July 2023. 4 cards only, please, spirits. Messages for Aquarius. Messages for air sign Aquarius, the water bear for July. Messages for Aquarius for July 2023. And then we are going to take the top and the bottom. And you just showed up in your own reading, Aquarius. You and Leo tend to do that sometimes. Always a good sign when that happens. All right. Switch over to another deck. Spirits guide my hands. Messages for air sign Aquarius, the water bear for July 2023. 1 card only, please, spirits. Oh, shoot. That was a whole bunch. Hold on. I'm not going to take all of this. Okay. 1 card only, please, spirits. Messages for Aquarius for July. Okay. And then we'll do the same thing. We'll take the top and the bottom. Okay. Spirits, guidelines, messages for Aquarius, water sign Aquarius. Messages for air sign Aquarius, the water bear, July 2023. 1 card only, please, spirits. Messages for Aquarius for July. Messages for Aquarius for July. I really need to see. Okay. We'll just leave the page number for later. Now let's see exactly how Spirit wants to place these cards. So hot here, guys. All right. Spirits will love and light, respect and reverence before, during, and after. Thank you for all advice, wisdom, and guidance given, and thank you, of course, for listening. Spirits, did you want the Ace of Sacred Circles in the reverse position represent the third tarot card for this Aquarius July reading? No? Okay. Spirit, just to confirm, you want the Ace of Sacred Circles in the right setup position to represent the third tarot card for this July Aquarius reading. All right, sounds good. So we'll leave that. And Spirit, to confirm, you want the Ten of Pentacles in the right setup position to represent the one and only tarot confirmation card for this July Aquarius reading. Yes, okay. Oracle. Spirits, did you want the Four of Sacred? Oops, that's not what I meant to say. Spirits, did you want the Four of Staves in the reverse position to represent what's on top of this Ancestral Path Tarot deck for this Aquarius July reading? Okay. Spirits, to confirm, you want the Four of Staves in the right side up position to represent what's on top of this Ancestral Path Tarot deck for this Aquarius July reading. Okay. And Spirits, did you want the Star in the reverse position to represent what's in the bottom of the Ancestral Path Tarot deck for this Aquarius July reading? Yes. Okay. And Spirits, did you want me to talk about the Four of Staves in the right side up position and the Star in the reverse position when I talk about the Ten of Swords in the right side up position? No. Okay. Feel like it could be over here, but let's double check. Spirit, did you want me to talk about the Four of Staves in the right side up position and the Star in the reverse position when I talk about the Five of Cups in the right side up position? Yes. Okay. They want that there. Very good. All right. Now let's see these two. Spirits, did you want the Eight of Cups in the reverse position to represent what's on top of this Hermetic Tarot deck for this Aquarius July reading? Okay. And Spirits, did you want the Two of Swords in the right side position to represent what's on the bottom of this Hermetic Tarot deck for this Aquarius July reading? Thank you. And Spirits, did you want me to talk about the Ace of Cups in the right reverse position and the Two of Swords in the right side up position when I talk about the Ten of Swords in the right side up position? Yes. All right, so they want that there. Just move everything down a little bit and take our photo and fit everything here. Okay. Let's see. Just so I get all the cards in there without the glare and everything. Very good. All right. So let's see here, Aquarius. What we have for you for July coming up. Okay. So let's talk about the key dates possibly first, and then we'll call out your cards. All right. So we said the first card, and I'll say these dates again, they're not set in stone, right? But we said the first card can be from around July 1st through the 8th. The second card, second week, can be from around July 9th through the 16th. Third card can be from around July 17th to the 23rd. And fourth card can be from around July 24th to the 31st, or even maybe the first week of August or so. Okay. All right, let's see here, Aquarius. So I did say that you showed up in your own reading, which is always a good sign. It's in the past position, but we'll talk about it. Okay, so we have Aquarius energy as far as the majors here. And that's the only major arcana that you have. All right, so that's not necessarily a good or bad thing, right? We're just noting it. Now, as far as your minor arcana, well, let's see. It's probably going to be a tie. You have 3 Pentacles cards, 2 Cups cards, 2 Swords, 1 Wand. Okay, so maybe it's not a tie. All right, so wait, I just lost my train of thought. Did I say Swords? No, Pentacles, right? Why I just lose my train of thought? Hold on. We've got, yes, Pentacles, 3 Pentacles cards. So that's the majority of your minor arcana, okay? So what does that mean, Aquarius? It could be there's an underlying theme about money, finances, wealth, and or values being valued in some way. All right, so we'll come back to that or circle back to it as we go through the reading. But yeah, let's also call out your cards here too. I forgot to do that. So the first card, you have the 5 of Cups in the right side up position. Then you have the Prince of Sacred Circles, also known as Prince of Pentacles. You have the Ace of Sacred Circles, Ace of Pentacles, and you have the 10 of Swords in the right side up position. Okay, so let's see here, Aquarius. Before we get too in depth into your reading too, it looks like if there was something that you wanted to accomplish within your control, the best times would be the 2nd and the 3rd week of July. Okay. Not that the other 2 are bad, but that is when the energy is more conducive to that. It's more for momentum during those 2 weeks there. Okay. But yeah, let's go ahead and start with your first card, Aquarius. We have, again, energy a little bit from the recent past still trickling in. So this is your first card, but we have the 5 of Cups in the right side position. Okay. And this whole reading here can be about you or someone you're dealing with, multiple people you're dealing with, your general environment situation. But it seems like you start off the month of July with a little bit of an energetic blockage, a slowdown of energy here with that 5 of Cups. It could be that there's something that is, weighing heavily on your mind or someone else's mind that could be feeling more negative than it necessarily should be. So the 5 of Cups talks about crying over spilled wine or spilled milk, as they say, right? And so it's not seeing that there are still positive things to a situation or environment, or there's still more positive people that want to help you in some way. So it's almost like instead of rose-colored glasses, Aquarius, it would be like brown-colored glasses, okay? And that's just the way, I'm trying to describe it. And we were talking about maybe perhaps a week's time frame or so, but it could be less, right? And it's a general reading for multiple people, and it's not the end of the world, right? But it is this kind of flow down of energy here. But let's see why this is happening. Because you do have that star position, that's your card, Aquarius energy, in the reverse position in the past here. It could be that you're just not feeling like your normal self, okay, in that first week of July. And that could be, if it's not necessarily you, you could be dealing with another Aquarius, or it's referencing Aquarius in your chart or someone else's Aquarius season, or it has nothing necessarily to do with Aquarius energy itself. But it could be this feeling of a deficit, like in some type of hope for the future, okay? And because that's on the bottom of your deck, let's also talk about what's on the top of your deck. You have that 4 of Staves in the right side up position here as well, 4 of Wands. So it can be referencing some type of union, whether it's romantic, platonic, or even self-love, where perhaps it felt really celebratory, but also there was a lot of vulnerability showed or comfortability within 2 parties, 2 people, etc. But because then you have the star in reverse, it's almost like, I'm trying to think of the way to say it, Aquarius. Like, I don't know if that made you or another person in the general environment situation like apprehensive to make plans for the future, or to be more creative, or to just have something to look forward to in the future. Normally that's what the star you would all be about, right? But remember, it was reversed. So it could be that this vulnerability, this relaxed comfortability, celebratory energy of the 4 of Staves in the past, here, these are both past cards, that, I don't know, it just feels kind of triggering in some way. That you, Aquarius, could be feeling, yeah, I don't know. Like, I keep thinking of the word deficit, which I don't usually use, or like, what's another way to say that? Like, there is something about being more yourself, or again, having things to look forward to, or to be more creative would somehow um, take away from this union or these multiple unions, overlapping unions we could talk about. Or if we're talking about staves and wands, as far as your health, maybe in the past there was better health on one side in the physical body, but maybe there wasn't better health in the mental side, or the mental health side, right? It'll be different for everybody since it is a general reading. But whatever this energy is, it's not to worry too much, because it doesn't last, or then it acts as a catalyst, okay? Because in Aquarius, you go from the Five of Cups right side up to then the Prince of Sacred Circles in the right side up position, okay? Or actually, it should be this way, because it's always opposite for you guys. But yeah, so this is the first week over here, Five of Cups. And then the second week is that Prince of Sacred Circles, Prince of Pentacles. So now you have, more earth sign energy coming in. Okay, so over here, Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Then over here, earth sign energy, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Now you have more luck on your side as far as your money or your finances. But also it could be now you are feeling more valued, and there could also be some type of communication, okay, that wants to come in about your values or someone's values, or about money, okay, because the Prince of Sacred Circles in this deck, right, we see this young kind of Native American man, and he's holding the peace pipe. So he wants to communicate, he wants to break bread or find common ground with someone. And because it's following that Five of Cups, the first card in the reading, it could be that someone offers you some type of olive branch, so to speak, here, Aquarius, to have some sort of communication where they help you see, or to yourself helps yourself see, whatever it is, that not everything is completely negative. There's still some positive. There's still some people that want to help you have your emotions more balanced, perhaps, so to speak. Okay. But yeah, I really like this. Again, the second and the third week is the best of your reading here, Aquarius. So it's like, once you're in that energy of the Prince of Sacred Circles, also younger, kind of youthful energy, not necessarily set in our ways, open to learning new things, right? Having the common ground, the peace pipe, all that, then it leads to even more abundance, or some type of ending, new beginning here, Aquarius, with your third card, third week, which we said could be from around July 17th through the 23rd. Now you have the Ace of Sacred Circles in the right side up position. Again, more earth sign energy, but it's about also being confident, not really cocky, but confident in our innate talents and gifts that could also bring us more money, or could have us feeling more valued by others and in ourselves when you get to that third week here, Aquarius. You also have the buffalo spirit. It's kind of hard to see in the card. It's on the side. I'll bring it closer so you can hopefully see it a little bit. So the buffalo is like this huge animal, right? So standing in our power. Also being valued and respected, right? So we think of throughout history, like Native American culture, if they kill the animal, right, they're going to take all the different parts. Here's the buffalo, you can see it, and use it for something. Okay, so again, being valued or valuing others too here, but it feels really, really nice. Now, Aquarius, I don't know what the hell is going on in the fourth week, but it almost, your first and your fourth week, the beginning and end of the reading is like, it's just this triggering energy. But I don't feel like you don't have to get into it, right? You always have a choice, and this is the energy that like we're picking up so far. Okay, so you don't have to give into this, right? Or if you, or not even give into it, maybe that's not the right way to say it, but the only thing that we can control is our reactions to things, right? We can control how other people are going to act. So when we get to this fourth week or the end of July, beginning of August here, Aquarius, I would say take a break, right? Because you got the Ten of Swords in the right side of position. Okay, so this is mental exhaustion that can lead to like physical exhaustion. That can lead to like physical exhaustion too. So of course the swords in the tarot represent anxiety, worry, overthinking. They're all going down into the body of this person that needs to really turn off their brain and rest. And of course, again, depending on where you have Aquarius in your chart, air sign energy, you're going to overthink a little bit more. And I say that with love because my moon is in Aquarius, okay? I'm not talking trash about anybody. So, but when this shows up here, though, because of the cards that are surrounding it that we still haven't talked about yet, it's like, again, it doesn't necessarily have to go down that way. Yeah, so let me stop there. Ow, keep going as I hit my knee really hard on the table there. That's the first time. Okay. So yeah, maybe that's a sign too. Like if you're mentally exhausted, physically exhausted, get the rest you need so you don't hit your knee, so you don't hurt yourself. But let's see what the cards actually have to say. Okay. So Aquarius, what we have on the top of the deck is the Ace of Cups in the reverse position, and we have the Two of Swords in the right side up position. So again, this is past energy that kind of made it possible for this Ten of Swords to show up here. Okay, so with the Ace of Cups in reverse, it's like in the past there could have been something where you or someone else with the energy felt like you couldn't create in these really difficult circumstances. You couldn't create something beautiful or worthwhile or meaningful to you, or just the way that you create your life and manifest your life, because maybe the circumstances were just like feeling really bleak, really difficult. But then on the other hand, with that Two of Swords in the right side position, something came in and perhaps was like, well, you can't stay in that energy forever. You can't stay. It's very similar, like I said, to that Five of Cups energy at the beginning of your reading to the end, Ten of Swords, but then you had all this really nice, yummy, gooey stuff in the middle. So it's there had to be some decision here in the past that was needed to be made but wasn't necessarily made yet. And it still needs to be made. But it can't be made when there's all this overthinking, anxiety, worry, mental exhaustion, leading to physical exhaustion. But the really nice thing here, Aquarius, is your confirmation card, the one that comes in and confirms all 4 weeks, all 4 cards at the top. It's a combination of past and future energy. It's the Ten of Pentacles. So the Ten of Pentacles is sitting on top of the Ten of Swords, right? So 2 tens. 10 is the highest number in tarot. So endings and new beginnings. So it could be the end of hopefully this overthinking, anxiety, worry, exhaustion, but also like if you work through it and you find a way to flip the Ace of Cups in reverse and now right side up. Sorry, this lighting, with the light there. I hope you can generally see it. But it's like you can flip that Ace of Cups to right side up. So now you can have something emotionally satisfying or fulfilling or create within difficult environments, because this is the lotus flower, okay, which is in lots of different cultures. It talks about being resilient, right? So the lotus flower grows in the water, not the ground. So how can I change and adapt and find evolution to being around all these heavy energies? How can I make a decision about still manifesting something that's meaningful to you, that's emotionally satisfying to you? Because when you do make that decision or that choice, then you have the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so that would be the highest amount of money or wealth. That would be the highest amount of being valued, valuing others, others valuing you, all the values, right? So the Ten of Pentacles is almost like the Ten of Cups, right? But because you have that Ace of Cups in reverse here, it's like you could still get the emotional satisfaction and fulfillment with those values and money as well, but there has to be like a choice here to let some of that other stuff go, to be more in balance. So remember how I said in the beginning of your reading that the majority of your minor arcana was all pentacles or sun energy? Well, then you also have air, water, a little bit of fire in the past. You have a little bit of everything, but it's still in the future, present, current energies. Majority is earth and air. So we need more. What did I say? Earth and air. Yeah, that's right. And water too. We need more fire, maybe, right? Because we only have one fire card in the past. The Four of Staves, Four of Wands. So getting back in our physical body, getting passionate about something, focusing on our health, like how I hit my knee on the table. Yeah. I feel like that would help as well, right? I mean, we all kind of strive for that balance of constantly trying to keep things in balance there. But you'll know what to do. You have to use your intuition here, Aquarius, in that fourth week, the end of July going into August. But just know that things don't have to stay that way. Because it feels like all or nothing here in your reading. It's like you've got the beginning and the end, really heavy energies, more feeling like negative or end of the world type energies, even though it's not. And in the middle, it's completely opposite. So why does it have to be all or nothing, like positive or negative? Like where's the gray areas? Where's the more balance? Like why can't it be? I don't know. That's the best way I can say it, Aquarius. Okay. All right. So with that being said, though, let's go ahead and look at your oracle card here. It's really pretty. I haven't seen this one. Oh, this is interesting. So the name of this card is The Right Choice. I wasn't even looking at that or thinking that when I said, again, the Two of Swords in the past position, someone or something needs to make a decision or choice. And then the card you got was The Right Choice. All right, so let's see here. Looks like an angel or something. And they have their arms open wide, and then there's the wings behind them, and like it feels like there's energy kind of radiating from like the center of their chest or something here. Really pretty reds, like deep reds. Okay. But let's see what it has to say, Aquarius. So this is the Rumi, or Rumi, I pronounce it, Oracle deck. Who's a 13th to 15th century Persian poet, and so they've taken some of his poetry and put it with this really pretty card. So I'll read the poem and then I'll kind of summarize as quickly as possible what we think and how it ties into the reading and all that. Okay, so here we go. The Right Choice. Stay close to those who know about the heart. Choose the shade of a tree that is in constant bloom. Don't meander aimlessly among the herb sellers and potion vendors. Go directly to the shop that sells nothing but sweets. Don't sit waiting by every boiling pot to have your plate filled. Not every boiling pot is cooking what you want. Not every sugar cane is filled with sugar. Not every not every down has an up. Not every eye has vision. Not every sea contains pearls. Within you, I recognize my most trusted friend. Ah, we go back a long way to before that moment where time began. We knew each other then, even before time was born. So I say, hello, my old friend and dear friend. So lovely for us to meet again. And I feel how your heart responds with a wave of love, for it is that love that is you, my most trusted friend. I like this one a lot. Yeah, I like it says not every pot is cooking what you want. That's interesting for sure, way to say it. Let's see what else here. It says, when you pull this card, if you've been concerned about your path and what steps to take next, this oracle comes as an omen of good things headed your way. Clarity, reassurance, truth, and revelation. Don't hold onto a belief system or vision if it appears to be tossed on its head. Let things go the way they will, and good fortune will prevail for you. The vision that might actually have been upside down all this time, that vision might have been upside down all this time and suddenly able to right itself and be born for you if allowed to topple or fall over. Or perhaps there is a more fulfilling perhaps there is a more fulfilling version of your vision lurking in its remnants, to be scooped up by your soul with a hawk vision and eagle swiftness. Trust that if you're being drawn away from a tantalizing sweet shop, there is a more delicious array of confection just around the corner for you. So yes, have your tantrum if you must, but you will be sheepish soon when you realize the hand of the great beloved that removes is the same hand that bestows even greater gifts. Okay. Sorry, that was like a mouthful and I can't read today sometimes. So yeah, I mean, again, I feel like that goes, I already said it, the Two of Swords in the past with your Oracle card, the right choice. So I feel like it's saying sometimes the right choice is not always the easy one, or the one that people expect us to make, or the one that that looks a certain way or something here. But yeah. All right, let's see. It says 3 sentences here from meditation to get into the energy of this little card if you feel guided. Okay. So it says, turn the palms of your hands down towards the earth and say the following aloud. With gratitude and trust, I release that which is not rightly mine. It says, open your hands upwards towards the sky and say the following aloud. I give thanks for the grace that is bestowed upon me now, as I accept my rightful divine inheritance. I gotta say it again because I stumbled. I give thanks for the grace that is bestowed upon me now, as I accept my rightful divine inheritance. Okay. And then it says, stand with your hands in prayer at your heart and say the following aloud. I honor my heart wisdom. May my heart always be my leading light, showing me the way of grace. So be it. Okay. So yeah, I like that. I love the divine inheritance. That's really, I don't know. I like that phrase of words together. Okay. So Aquarius, that is your reading, and hopefully you got something from it. Always feel free to let me know in the comments down below if you feel guided. And again, I'm going to post your picture that I already took in a few moments here. So if that's something that you want to check out, all you have to do is click in the description box below and just follow the instructions to my Facebook page. And yeah, if you want to subscribe and you haven't yet, it is free. All you have to do is hit the subscribe button somewhere there. Just notifies you when I put out new videos. But yes, enjoy this time period, Aquarius. I'm excited to see how things play out for you. And yeah, I'm going to take a break, and then hopefully we'll be back a little later with Pisces and Aries. Okay, just depends on how the energy goes and all of that. All right, so you guys take care, and we'll see you later. All right, bye.